Hello everybody, good morning, Joan here. So, let's talk for a moment. How do we stay positive? How do we help others be positive if they are not willing to be? Difficult. You can't make anybody be positive. You cannot, you just can't do it, my friends. Sorry. They're choosing to be who they want to be. Now, what you can do is sometimes, and I've talked about this before, sometimes we can limit how much time we spend with people. But then there's times where we live with the person. So how do we limit our time with someone who's being negative, draining, and no matter what you say, it's not helping? How do you be with someone like that when you can't not be with them? When it's your child, when it's someone you can't walk away from because it's your child. They're maybe younger, maybe older. Maybe it's your child with disabilities. What do you do? For me, with Matt, what I do is I try very hard to remind him, as well as remind myself, that we have a choice, that he can be miserable if he likes, and he has to stay in his room, and if he's going to be miserable, because not everybody wants to deal with miserableness, and then if he chooses to continue, then he just stays in there. But what happens when it gets to the point where he's using everything against you? So what happens if he's trying to manipulate you? And that's a pretty harsh word, but I'm going to use it anyways. Last night, this is what happened with Matthew. He was in a very bad mood, and I don't know why. It's just part of the whole cycle of Matt. We get very cognitive, and sometimes this is what happens, is that he just gets into that thought process of all the negative stuff. So he starts talking about bullies. He starts talking about his seizures. He starts talking about how he's lonely. He starts talking about all these different things. Just anything he can talk about so he can stay in that negative frame. So he can stay sad. So he can stay angry. So he can stay frustrated. Whatever it is. But so how can you help you, though, in a situation like that? And let me tell you, it is not easy, and it is something that you will have to practice all the time. And like for me, when it happens to me, what I do is I try and reason with him, and if I realize he's not in that frame of mind, then I'll just tell him to stay in his room. It doesn't always work. He usually comes out with something else, or he'll come out happy for a few minutes and then go right back to it. And but what I try to do is I try to remind him that that he can be grateful, that it's just that simple. I try to remind everybody, what feels better? What feels better? Does it feel better to be feeling this yucky feeling, or does it feel better to feel happy? And a lot of times, like for myself even, sorry, my voice is a little rough. We got smoke here in BC, so we'll have to deal with it. But what feels better? So to me, I don't always feel as loving and kind and grateful and appreciative as I would like to. There are times where I do take care of everybody else, do everything, and then feel drained. But what feels better is the feeling happy, the feeling excited, the feeling confident, the feeling gratitude, grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Doing affirmations. And that was something that I was doing yesterday too, to remind Matthew, this is a good life. And I just said it over and over again. This is a good life. 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 Life is good. Life is good. Wonderful things are happening. It is exciting in this moment. And although it didn't work right away, eventually by the end of the night he did get in a good mood. But I just had to remind myself not to take it personally, and even though I was getting drained, to breathe and take time for me. Sometimes you just have no control over anything. Well, you actually don't have control over anything, you just have control over you. And sometimes it feels like so much on your shoulders, so much happening. But all you can do is take care of you. Give them as much as you can, but then go back and fill your cup up. Meditate if you need to. Close the door behind you and take time for you. Because you deserve it. You need to feel good. You've got to get that good feeling happening. So walk away, shut your door, breathe, say some affirmations, and fall back in love with you. Because you are amazing. What feels better? Life is good. Life is for us. Good things are happening. Be patient. Accept them. Love them. Appreciate them. Be grateful for them. Say affirmations. Take time for you. And breathe. You're an amazing being. Make it an amazing day.